Welcome to Paranormal Files. I'm your host, Paige Carter. In 2007, a deep-sea fisherman named Luis Gonzalez was trawling off the coast of Spain when he received a distress signal. The static-filled message, barely audible over the howling winds and crashing waves, was chilling in its simplicity. Mayday, Mayday. This is the SS Valencia. We are sinking. Please help. The coordinates given placed the distressed vessel within his vicinity. Gonzalez, a seasoned sailor, was familiar with many of the ships that frequented these waters, but the name Valencia didn't ring a bell. Regardless, he turned his vessel toward the coordinates, ready to provide aid. What Luis didn't know at the time was that the SS Valencia had been lost at sea over a century ago. In 1906, the Valencia, an iron-hulled passenger steamer, had met a grisly end off the coast of Vancouver Island, with the loss of 136 souls. No trace of the vessel had emerged since that fateful night. Yet, here was a distress signal, echoing out across the spectral deep, calling for help as if the ship was still battling the storm that had claimed it. Upon reaching the coordinates, Gonzalez found nothing. No ship, no wreckage, no survivors, just the dark, undulating sea beneath a sky full of stars. Puzzled and unnerved, he returned to his fishing route, the ghostly distress call lingering in his mind. In the years following this eerie event, the phantom distress call of the SS Valencia was reported by other sailors, amplifying the maritime mystery. Was it a mere technological glitch? Or was the doomed vessel reaching out from the depths of the past, crying for help that would never come? Ghost ships have long held a fascination for us, their stories a potent mix of history and horror, reality and myth. They are vessels that have mysteriously vanished, only to be found adrift with no crew aboard, or ships that have met tragic ends, their tales echoing down through the years in the form of spectral sightings and eerie phenomena. The SS Valencia is one such ghost ship, its story a chilling reminder of the sea's merciless power and the human struggle against the elemental forces. As we delve into these mysterious maritime tales, we are drawn into a world where the line between the living and the dead, the past and the present, seems to blur. We stand on the edge of the known world, peering into the depths of the unknown, where strange tales and chilling truths await. In the vast expanse of the sea, many such stories remain untold, buried beneath the waves. These ghost ships and sea phantoms are enigmatic messages from the deep, spectral echoes of a maritime past fraught with danger, tragedy, and unsolved mysteries. The ghostly distress call of the SS Valencia is just one haunting note in this symphony of the sea's secrets. As we navigate these waters, we may uncover more than just tales of ghost ships and phantoms. We may unearth deeper truths about our own nature, our fascination with the unknown, and our enduring struggle against the elemental forces that shape our world. The phenomenon of ghost ships and sea phantoms is as old as seafaring itself, a tradition born from the sailor's constant struggle against the unforgiving sea. The earliest accounts can be traced back to ancient times, when seafarers would share tales of phantom vessels seen in the foggy distance, appearing and disappearing as if by magic. These tales were often passed down orally, their truth lost in the mists of time, yet their existence speaks to an enduring fascination with the mysterious, the unexplained, and the eerie. One of the earliest recorded instances of a ghost ship appears in the annals of ancient Greek literature. Homer, in his epic poem The Odyssey, tells the tale of the Ship of Phaeacians, a spectral vessel that ferries Odysseus home from the island of Scheria, before turning to stone upon reaching the shore. This tale, steeped in myth and mystery, has been interpreted by scholars as a metaphor for the perilous journey of life and the inevitability of death. Yet it also stands as one of the earliest instances of a ghost ship in literature. Moving forward in time, the age of exploration between the 15th and 17th centuries saw a surge in maritime travel, and with it, an increase in tales of ghost ships. Early explorers, venturing into uncharted waters, would often report sightings of phantom ships, believed to be omens of impending doom. These tales added to the lore of the sea, further cementing the enigma of ghost ships in the collective maritime consciousness. One such tale hails from the infamous Bermuda Triangle. The SS Rosalie, a French merchant ship, was discovered adrift in calm waters in 1840. Her sails set, but not a soul aboard. Her cargo was untouched, her logbook was up to date, and there were no signs of struggle or foul play. Yet, her crew was never found, and the mystery of the SS Rosalie remains unsolved to this day. Closer to home, American folklore is rich with tales of ghost ships. The Flying Dutchman, perhaps the most famous ghost ship of all, is said to haunt the waters off the Cape of Good Hope. Legend has it that the ship, commanded by a Dutch captain named Hendrik van der Decken, was doomed to sail the seas forever after he swore to round the Cape in a terrible storm, defying the wrath of the heavens. Sightings of the spectral ship are considered an ill omen, foretelling of a calamity at sea. These are but a few examples of the countless tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms that have been handed down through the generations. Each tale, while unique in its details, shares a common thread, a sense of mystery, a lingering question, a chill of fear. They stand as testament to our enduring fascination with the unknown and our age-old struggle against the elemental forces of nature. As we journey further into this maritime mystery, we must remember that these tales are not just stories, but echoes from a time when the sea was a vast, unknown frontier, fraught with danger and mystery. In the pursuit of clarity and understanding, numerous investigators have delved into the chilling tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms. Among these, Professor Margaret Sanderson, an eminent maritime historian, has dedicated much of her career to unraveling these spectral mysteries. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, she has pored over countless ship logs, diary entries, and eyewitness accounts, striving to piece together the fragments of these maritime enigmas. Professor Sanderson's research has illuminated an intriguing pattern in many ghost ship cases: the absence of a struggle. Ships are often found undisturbed, their cargo untouched, as if the crew had simply vanished into thin air. This was the case with the Mary Celeste, found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872. The ship was in perfect condition, with a 6-month supply of food and water, but her crew was nowhere to be found. Professor Sanderson's work takes the mystery a step further by examining the psychological aspects of these cases. She consults with Dr. Henry Latham, a renowned forensic psychologist, who suggests that the harsh and isolated conditions at sea could produce mass hallucinations or collective hysteria, causing crews to abandon ship. Their research, while not providing definitive answers, offers a tantalizing glimpse into the human element of these enigmatic occurrences. Alongside these academics, other investigators delve into the more paranormal aspects of the ghost ship phenomenon. Mediums, such as renowned psychic Clara Morley, assert that they can communicate with the spirits of lost mariners. Morley, known for her work with law enforcement on missing persons cases, claims to have made contact with the spirit of Captain Briggs of the Mary Celeste. According to her, the captain's spirit relayed a tale of a sudden, overpowering fear that drove him and his crew to abandon their ship. Similarly, investigators from the International Society for Paranormal Research, ISPR, have conducted numerous investigations on reported ghost ship sightings. Their equipment, designed to detect and record paranormal activity, has captured unexplained phenomena at sea: ethereal voices whispering in the wind, sudden drops in temperature, electromagnetic field fluctuations. These findings, while not conclusive, keep the door to the supernatural ajar, allowing for a continued exploration of these maritime enigmas. The chilling allure of ghost ships and sea phantoms is undeniable. As witnesses recount their experiences, investigators examine the evidence and mediums reach out to the spirits of the departed. Despite the fear and mystery surrounding these phenomena, the search for answers continues, a testament to human courage and curiosity. These tales from the deep resonate with us, a poignant reminder of our perpetual journey into the unknown. Among the most vivid accounts of paranormal phenomena on the high seas are those involving physical manifestations and disturbances. Sailors have reported objects moving of their own accord, doors and hatches slamming shut without apparent cause, and eerie, inexplicable noises echoing through deserted corridors. One particularly chilling account comes from a sailor aboard the USS Hornet, a World War II aircraft carrier, now a museum ship in Alameda, California. He reported being awakened in the middle of the night by the sound of heavy boots marching down the corridor outside his cabin. Upon opening the door, he found the corridor empty. On some ships, the paranormal activity is even more alarming. The SS Watertown, an oil tanker, was the site of an uncanny phenomenon in 1924. 2 crew members died in a tragic accident and were buried at sea. Thereafter, their faces were seen in the water trailing the ship, causing such unease among the crew that a photograph was taken. The image allegedly captured the faces of the departed sailors, floating on the waves. On ghost ships, the phenomena reported often go beyond mere sights and sounds. Some mariners have told of drastic changes in temperature, an overwhelming sense of dread, and even physical contact. Witnesses aboard the Queen Mary, a retired ocean liner docked in Long Beach, California, have reported feeling a sudden chill, hearing children's laughter when no children are present, and even being touched or pushed by unseen hands. In the ship's engine room, where a young sailor was crushed to death during a drill, visitors have reported seeing a spectral figure in blue coveralls and feeling an unseen hand brush against theirs. Accounts of psychic phenomena also abound. Psychic medium Clara Morley, who claims to have communicated with the spirit of Captain Briggs of the Mary Celeste, has described vivid mental images of the ship's last moments. She speaks of a sense of panic, a rush of cold air, and a blinding flash of light. Although these experiences are subjective, they are consistent with the accounts of others who claim to have had psychic contact with the spirits of the sea. These manifestations, while fascinating, defy conventional explanation. They cannot be easily dismissed as hallucinations or tricks of the light, as they are reported by numerous unrelated individuals and often corroborated by physical evidence. They challenge our understanding of reality, pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible. Thus, the mystery of the ghost ships and sea phantoms continues, an enigma as deep and unfathomable as the sea itself. The eerie phenomenon of ghost ships and sea phantoms has certainly drawn the attention of the scientific community and skeptics, who have proposed various theories in an attempt to explain these baffling occurrences. Many experts have sought to ground these ghostly encounters in the physical world, explaining them through a combination of natural phenomena, psychological factors, and logical misinterpretations. Parapsychologists, scientists who study phenomena that cannot be explained by conventional physical laws, suggest that environmental factors could play a significant role in these encounters. For instance, infrasound, or low-frequency sound waves, can cause feelings of unease, dread, and even hallucinations. They argue that the hum of a ship's engine or the lapping of the waves against the hull could generate such frequencies, leading to the spectral experiences reported by mariners. Others have pointed to magnetic fields as a possible explanation. It's well documented that fluctuations in magnetic fields can affect the human brain, leading to disorientation, nausea, and even hallucinations. Given the vast amounts of iron and steel in ships, it's plausible that they could create localized magnetic fields potent enough to induce such effects. Psychologists suggest that the mind's propensity for pattern recognition, a phenomenon known as pareidolia, may play a part. This cognitive bias causes people to perceive significant patterns or meanings in vague or random stimuli, such as seeing faces in the water or hearing voices in the wind. However, these theories do not wholly explain the phenomena. They fail to account for the tangible physical evidence often associated with these encounters, such as the photograph of the faces in the water trailing the SS Watertown. Nor do they explain why some individuals seem more susceptible to these experiences than others, or why certain locations, like the Queen Mary, are hotspots for such activity. Perhaps most puzzlingly, these rational explanations cannot account for the psychic experiences associated with ghost ships and sea phantoms. The vivid mental images described by individuals like Clara Morley, who claim to have communicated with spirits of the sea, defy conventional understanding. Thus, while science and skepticism strive to demystify the phenomena of ghost ships and sea phantoms, they often fall short. The enigmatic allure of these maritime mysteries remains, steadfast and unyielding, echoing the timeless, haunting call of the deep. It's worth examining these nautical tales from a psychological and cultural perspective. Human psyche, saturated with fears, beliefs, and folklore, often shapes our comprehension of such phenomena. Ghost ships and sea phantoms, as they loom large in maritime lore, are deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. Across cultures, the sea is a symbol of the unknown, a vast, untamed wilderness that captivates the imagination and inspires tales of the bizarre and the inexplicable. From the sea monsters of ancient Greek mythology to the ghostly apparitions that haunt Japanese folklore, the sea has always been a fertile ground for stories that blur the line between the natural and the supernatural. Mariners, isolated for months on end in the unfathomable deep, are particularly susceptible to such tales. Amid the monotony of the voyage, the mind begins to play tricks, taking stray noises or fleeting shadows and weaving them into stories of ghostly encounters. The spectral sightings, then, may be as much a product of the human mind's need for stimulation as they are a manifestation of the supernatural. There's also a significant cultural aspect to these tales. Different societies, with their unique beliefs and traditions, have drawn from their own mythologies to explain these spectral occurrences. For instance, in Nordic tradition, ghost ships are often seen as omens of disaster, a belief rooted in their Viking heritage, while in Eastern cultures, they are more likely to be regarded as the restless spirits of those who died at sea, seeking solace or retribution. Moreover, these tales have evolved over time, reflecting the fears and anxieties of the era. The ghost ships of the 19th century, often linked to fears of piracy or shipwreck, have given way to modern stories that echo contemporary concerns about maritime disasters or environmental calamities. Yet, despite the myriad interpretations, there is a common thread that binds these tales together. Whether as a product of the isolated mariner's mind or the intricate tapestry of cultural lore, these ghostly ships and sea phantoms speak to a universal human fascination with the unknown and the unexplained. They are a testament to our enduring desire to make sense of the world around us, even when faced with phenomena that defy our conventional understanding. So, even as science and skepticism chip away at the mystery, the allure of ghost ships and sea phantoms remains, as powerful and compelling as the sea itself. They are the echoes of our deepest fears and our most profound curiosities, the whispers of our collective imagination, forever adrift on the waves of the vast, enigmatic ocean. From the depths of the ocean, the tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms are imbued with a palpable mystique that transcends the realm of the tangible. The stories beckon us towards a metaphysical exploration that delves into the supernatural, the spiritual, and the inexplicable. Let's dwell upon the concept of spirits, a recurring theme in these maritime narratives. Some believe that ghost ships are the physical manifestation of restless spirits, the souls of those who met their untimely end at sea. This spiritual interpretation suggests that the enormity of the tragedy or the unresolved turmoil of the departed has left an indelible imprint on the physical realm, compelling the ghostly vessels to endlessly roam the sea. Another perspective to consider is the concept of interdimensional beings. This theory postulates that ghost ships may not be hauntings in the traditional sense, but rather glimpses into alternate dimensions, where the linearity of time is distorted. In these instances, the phantom vessels might be not so much ghosts, but echoes of the past or predictions of the future, slipping through the thin veil that separates our world from others. Then there's the concept of energy imprints, an idea that aligns closely with theories of residual hauntings in the paranormal realm. The intense energy of tragic events, it's suggested, can leave a residual imprint in the environment, replaying the event over and over like a spectral recording. Ghost ships, under this theory, could be the ocean's recollection of a tragedy, a haunting echo of a long-ago disaster. Lastly, we venture into the realm of otherworldly consciousness, where these apparitions might be seen as sentient entities from other planes of existence. Rather than being mere echoes of past events, these ghost ships might be conscious entities, perhaps attempting to communicate or influence our world in ways beyond our understanding. Each of these theories, in its own way, offers an intriguing lens through which to view the enduring mystery of ghost ships and sea phantoms. They invite us to consider the possibility that these maritime tales might not just be figments of a mariner's imagination or cultural lore, but rather messages from beyond our realm of comprehension, echoing across the vast expanses of the deep sea. These spectral vessels, therefore, might be viewed not merely as objects of fear or fascination, but as profound metaphysical riddles waiting to be unraveled. They remind us that the universe is far more vast and complex than we can fathom, and that the deep sea, much like the cosmos, still holds secrets that are beyond our grasp. Ghost ships and sea phantoms, then, are not just tales of the unknown, but whispers from the abyss of the unexplored, luring us into the unfathomable depths of the paranormal and the metaphysical. As we move into an era of unprecedented technological advancement, the tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms have found new mediums of expression and investigation. Today, with the advent of sophisticated sonar and satellite imaging, the deep sea is no longer as elusive as it once was. Yet, the mysteries of these spectral vessels continue to persist, seemingly undeterred by the march of progress. In fact, the modern age has seen its fair share of ghost ship encounters. In 2003, the SS Baichimo, a cargo steamer that had been abandoned and left to drift in the icy waters of the Arctic since 1931, was spotted off the coast of Alaska. Despite numerous search expeditions, the ship has eluded capture, seeming to vanish and reappear at will, as if existing in a realm beyond our reach. More recently, in 2016, the MV Alta, a merchant vessel registered in Tanzania, was found drifting unmanned in the Atlantic Ocean. Despite no signs of crew or cargo, the ship was in perfect working condition, its journey and purpose shrouded in mystery. The vessel was finally washed ashore in Ireland in 2020, but the story behind its ghostly voyage remains untold. The advent of technology has also played a role in capturing tangible evidence of these maritime phantoms. Satellite images have occasionally picked up unidentified ships that appear and disappear, leaving no trace of their passage. These ghost ships, visible only in the spectral realm of satellite imaging, seem to defy logical explanation, reinforcing the enigmatic nature of these maritime phenomena. Moreover, recent developments in underwater exploration technology have led to the discovery of numerous long-lost shipwrecks, their spectral remains scattered across the ocean floor. These silent relics, frozen in time, serve as eerie reminders of the countless vessels that have vanished beneath the waves, their stories consigned to the realms of the unknown. The tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms have also found a new resonance in the digital age, with online communities dedicated to sharing and investigating reports of these maritime mysteries. These platforms serve as modern-day campfires around which the stories of spectral vessels are shared and pondered, their enigmatic allure undiminished by the passage of time. The persistent intrigue surrounding these maritime phantoms continues to inspire ongoing investigations. Researchers, armed with state-of-the-art technology and an unwavering curiosity, continue to delve into these mysteries, eager to decipher the cryptic messages from the deep. The enduring enigma of ghost ships and sea phantoms, therefore, is not merely a remnant of a bygone era, but a living testament to our innate fascination with the unknown. As we stand on the threshold of new discoveries, these spectral vessels continue to navigate the shadowy waters of mystery, their tales resonating across the vast expanse of time and space, a spectral symphony of the deep. The tales of ghost ships and sea phantoms would be incomplete without delving into the realm of fringe theories and extraordinary claims. Various hypotheses, as controversial and fantastical as they may be, have emerged in an attempt to explain these uncanny events. Some of these theories venture far beyond the conventional explanations of natural phenomena or human error, and into the realms of the extraordinary. One such theory suggests the involvement of government experiments, particularly those concerning cloaking technology. It is speculated that these ghost ships could be the result of experimental technology that makes vessels invisible to radar and the human eye, only to reappear unexpectedly. While this theory might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, it's worth noting that militaries around the world have long been interested in developing stealth technology. In a similar vein, some believe that these maritime phantoms could be evidence of time slips or interdimensional portals. These theories suggest that these ghost ships have somehow slipped through the fabric of time and space, surfacing in our reality before disappearing back into their own. The idea of interdimensional travel or time slips, while fascinating, is certainly on the fringe of accepted scientific theory, but it provides an intriguing lens through which to view these enigmatic occurrences. Then there is the theory of non-human intelligence, particularly the involvement of extraterrestrial beings. Proponents of this hypothesis argue that the sudden disappearance and reappearance of these vessels could be the result of alien technology or intervention. While this theory may be met with skepticism, encounters with unidentified objects at sea have been reported by reliable witnesses, adding a layer of enigma to these maritime mysteries. Lastly, there are theories that delve into the supernatural, suggesting that these ghost ships are indeed spectral vessels, cursed or haunted by otherworldly entities. These tales often involve ships with tragic histories, their crews lost to the sea, and their spirits said to linger, forever sailing the spectral seas. Each of these theories, while unorthodox, contributes to the allure and mystique of ghost ships and sea phantoms. They challenge our understanding of the world, pushing the boundaries of what we deem possible. These stories, as incredible as they may be, reflect our fascination with the unknown, our need to seek answers, and our unending quest to unravel the secrets of the deep. In the world of ghost ships and sea phantoms, the line between reality and the extraordinary blurs, and the sea becomes a stage for the uncanny and the inexplicable. As we navigate the dark, undulating waters of these maritime mysteries, we find ourselves awash in a sea of questions that remain unanswered. The theories we've explored, from advanced technology to interdimensional portals, extraterrestrial intervention, and supernatural forces, each cast their own eerie glow, illuminating potential answers while simultaneously deepening the shadows of the unknown. The ghost ships and sea phantoms we've journeyed with have left a trail of riddles in their wake, their narratives as elusive and enigmatic as the spectral vessels themselves. What truly happened to these ships and their crews? Were they victims of temporal anomalies, vanishing only to reappear in a different time or dimension? Or were they ensnared by the eerie machinations of alien technology, their fate forever intertwined with forces beyond our comprehension? And what of the supernatural theories? Are these ghost ships truly spectral entities, vessels haunted by the restless spirits of their doomed crews, forever destined to traverse the spectral seas? Do their tragic histories echo in the chilling sea breeze, their tales of woe carried along with the brackish spray, a macabre lullaby sung by the ocean's depths. These questions, as haunting as the tales they stem from, reflect the inherent mysteries of the sea, a vast, untamed wilderness that remains largely unexplored. In its depths, the line between the known and unknown blurs, and the extraordinary becomes a possibility. The ocean, with its fathomless depths and hidden secrets, serves as a fitting backdrop for these spectral tales that continue to defy explanation. As we conclude this journey, we are left with a profound sense of awe and a lingering sense of unease. The ghost ships and sea phantoms we've explored continue to haunt the seas, their tales woven into the fabric of maritime folklore, their mysteries as unresolved as the churning ocean depths. But perhaps the most unsettling question of all is whether these maritime phantoms could surface again, whether we might one day be confronted with a new spectral vessel, its ghostly silhouette emerging from the mist, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lurk beneath the surface of the sea. In the end, these maritime mysteries serve as an eerie reminder of our world's boundless capacity for the unexplained. They are testaments to the uncanny, the extraordinary, and the enigmatic. A chilling symphony of ghostly whispers that echo across the ocean's expanse, a haunting melody that continues to play, carried on the wind, forever resonating in the heart of the sea. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Paranormal Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, gain access to bonus content, and unlock our full library of podcasts, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.